Yeah, having this sort of international attention means that I'm at something of a crossroads. Although that said, I can't imagine that my life will change hugely, my working life, because ever since I started as an illustrator, I have to say I felt extremely comfortable in this world. I love working at home on very small scale projects, where possible working with other writers and collaborators, but ultimately just pottering around in my tiny studio with its full of junk and everything. I think it's something a lot of illustrators can identify with. It's kind of like a cottage industry that we all operate within. I've had some experience in the film world. I was a concept artist for the film Wall-E, one of many, many concept artists. So you become part of these huge productions and a small drop in an ocean of contributors. Of course, the wonderful thing about winning any award or receiving any recognition is that it makes life slightly easier when it comes time to pitch a project. It does also help your own creative confidence. Like you sort of feel, gosh, I must be doing something right. Because it's often hard to tell when you're so close to your own work. You don't really know how to judge it objectively. So it's nice to have that confirmation from outside that, people really appreciate it. Whether it means that I end up moving into the world of film more, I'm not sure. Often people have this assumption that animation and filmmaking is like on some sort of hierarchy that's a step above illustration, but for me, I don't see it that way at all. In fact, I often see illustration as slightly superior to film because of these things I was talking about, the openness, the slowness, the ability to contemplate. They're very different media. They're good at telling different types of stories. Some stories are just really best told as a illustrated picture book, and that is why the genre exists. Because you look at a book like Fox by Ron Brooks, for instance. You could animate that, but it just would not be the same experience. It's just something about sitting there in that meditative silence of a book with potentially infinite duration within each image. That's somehow really so intellectually and emotionally engaging in its own specific way. It can't be replicated. So I would like to continue working with both illustrated books and film and painting and sculpture and theatre or whatever comes along. But in each instance, for me, it always comes back to when there's that one person sitting alone, with a group of friends, just looking at something and thinking in the little room of their mind, what's going on.